For 11 years, the world watched Tim Conway and Harvey Korman create comedy magic on The Carol Burnett Show. But what nobody knew was happening backstage. The bets being placed in the green room. The mission Tim Conway set for himself every single taping. And the truth about their so-called rivalry that Carol Burnett finally revealed decades later. This isn't just about two comedians making each other laugh. This is about a friendship so deep, a competition so fierce, and moments so unscripted that they literally made one performer wet his pants on national television. Welcome to the untold story of Tim Conway's comedy rivals. The Carol Burnett Show premiered on September 11, 1967, and nobody expected it to run 11 years. Carol Burnett became the first woman to host her own comedy variety show on network television. She assembled a cast that included Harvey Korman, Vicki Lawrence, and Lyle Waggoner. But Tim Conway, he started as just a guest star, appearing occasionally throughout the first 8 seasons. Tim Conway had already made a name for himself on The Steve Allen Show and as the bumbling Ensign Parker on McHale's Navy. But when he stepped onto Carol's stage, something clicked. He had this gift for physical comedy and improvisation that was unlike anyone else in television. And Harvey Korman, the classically trained actor who could deliver any line perfectly, became his favorite target. In 1975, when Lyle Waggoner left the show, Tim Conway became a permanent cast member, and that's when the real chaos began. Carol Burnett later described what Conway did as having one mission in life. She told audiences that Tim's goal was simple but devastating: to destroy Harvey Korman. Here's what Carol Burnett finally revealed about Tim Conway and Harvey Korman. It wasn't a rivalry in the traditional sense. It was a friendly war. Tim Conway would play the first taping of each show completely straight, following the script perfectly. But during the second taping, he'd unleash what the staff called Conway's capers. Unrehearsed bits, bizarre improvisations, and physical comedy so unexpected that Harvey Korman couldn't possibly prepare for it. Carol told crowds that the cast would make bets in the green room. They'd wager on how many minutes, or even seconds, it would take before Harvey Korman cracked up during a scene. Think about that. They were betting on when, not if, Harvey would break character, because everyone knew Tim was going to make it happen. The most famous example is the dentist sketch. Tim played a dentist who accidentally numbed his own hand while trying to inject Novocaine into Harvey's mouth. The entire sketch devolved into Tim slapping himself, flailing around, and doing things that were absolutely not in the script. Harvey Korman tried desperately to hold it together, but he couldn't. Carol and Tim later revealed the most shocking detail. Harvey laughed so hard during that sketch that he wet his pants. On national television, Tim Conway proudly confirmed it, saying, "Harvey wet his pants." But here's what makes this story even more incredible. Harvey Korman wasn't offended. He wasn't angry. He loved it. Tim Conway once told an interviewer, "Now Harvey and I are faced with a whole year of breaking each other up." They both understood what they were creating together: magic. Carol Burnett revealed another layer to the story that fans never knew. Tim Conway wasn't just competing with Harvey Korman, he was competing with himself. Every week he tried to top what he'd done the week before. The oldest man character shuffling slowly downstairs, falling prey to mechanical mishaps. Mr. Tudball, speaking in that ridiculous Romanian accent. The elephant story, where Tim ad-libbed a completely convoluted tale about Siamese elephants joined at the trunk during a Mama's Family sketch. That elephant story made the entire cast lose control. It's legendary among fans of the show, but the person who understood Tim Conway best might have been Harvey Korman himself. In a 2002 interview with Larry King, Korman joked that Conway would make someone a very good wife because he did everything for their tours. He writes the material, he builds the scenery, he makes the props, and he sews the costumes. I'm not exaggerating. He's an expert seamstress. Plus, he cooks. Korman was making a joke, but he was also revealing deep respect. Tim Conway was a perfectionist who cared about every detail of their comedy. And Tim felt the same way about Harvey. He once said about Korman, "We're friends. He's a bright guy. He can do the New York Times crossword puzzle in about 5 minutes, but he can't tie his shoes." That's not an insult. That's affection. That's a man describing his creative partner with genuine love. Carol Burnett's revelations about Tim and Harvey show us something important about comedy. The best humor doesn't come from competition in the negative sense. It comes from trust. Tim Conway could improvise those wild bits because he knew Harvey Korman was talented enough to react to anything. And Harvey could allow himself to break character because he knew Tim was creating something the audience would love even more than a perfect performance. Carol also revealed that she preferred her show to be timeless rather than topical. She told The Hollywood Reporter in 2023, "We didn't get very topical about anything. We just wanted things to be timeless. Some of the sketches that we did are 40 or 50 years old. They hold up. Look at the dentist sketch with Tim and Harvey." She's right. You can watch those sketches today and laugh just as hard as audiences did in the 1970s. The chemistry between Tim Conway and Harvey Korman wasn't manufactured. It was real friendship that translated into comedy gold. After the Carol Burnett Show ended in 1978, they continued working together. They toured the country performing live. They created DVD specials together. Harvey left the Carol Burnett Show in 1977 to headline his own series, but he kept coming back to work with Tim. The Carol Burnett Show won 25 Emmy Awards during its run and is ranked as one of the greatest television shows of all time. Tim Conway won 5 Emmy Awards over his career and was inducted into the Television Hall of Fame in 2002, the same year Harvey Korman was inducted. Harvey Korman won 4 Emmys and a Golden Globe for his work on the show. When Harvey Korman died in May 2008 at age 81, the comedy world mourned. 11 years later, in May 2019, Tim Conway passed away at 85. Carol Burnett, now 92 years old, has spent recent years honoring both men. At her 90th birthday special in 2023, she told the audience, "It's a little bit teary-eyed at one point. We pay homage to Harvey Korman and Tim Conway." What Carol revealed about their rivalry changed how fans understand the Carol Burnett Show. Those weren't mistakes when Harvey broke character. Those weren't accidents when the cast couldn't stop laughing. Those were the whole point. The show was about joy, about talented people having the time of their lives creating something beautiful together. So what can we learn from Carol Burnett's revelations about Tim Conway and Harvey Korman? First, the best creative partnerships aren't about ego. Tim Conway told the Associated Press, "Carol is the only star I would go on as a regular with." Harvey is offended by the term second banana. But with Carol, you can't be anything else. She's that great. Tim knew he was the second banana, and he had no problem with that, because he understood that great comedy requires everyone playing their role. Second, genuine friendship makes better art. Tim and Harvey's warm relationship made it difficult for them not to laugh at each other during scenes. That wasn't a problem. That was the magic ingredient. Their friendship was so strong that they trusted each other completely. Third, timeless comedy doesn't rely on shock value or topicality. The Carol Burnett Show kept things family-friendly and avoided controversial topics. Tim Conway once said, "You don't have to apologize for anything when you get through." Those sketches still make people laugh 50 years later because they focused on universal human experiences rather than trending topics. Carol Burnett's revelations about Tim Conway's comedy rivals changed everything. She showed us that the greatest rivalry in comedy history wasn't really a rivalry at all. It was a love story between two comedic geniuses who made each other better, made each other laugh, and created moments of pure joy that still resonate today. Tim's goal might have been to destroy Harvey Korman, but what he actually did was immortalize him. And Harvey did the same for Tim. So here's my question for you. What's your favorite Tim Conway and Harvey Korman moment? Have you seen the dentist sketch, the elephant story, the oldest man? Drop your memories in the comments. And if you've never watched the Carol Burnett Show, find those clips online and prepare to laugh until you cry. This wasn't just great comedy, it was lightning in a bottle. Hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the untold stories behind television's greatest moments. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the best rivalries are really the best friendships.